Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Real Talk, Real People. Hope everyone's doing quite all right. Hope everyone's doing well. What a interesting past couple weeks we've had. Specifically, a tumultuous time for everyone, for the country. We have had situations that arose. Some people had a Merry Christmas, some people didn't. Some people are still waiting for their stimulus payments, stimulus checks. People with families, people that need quite a few different things, people that understand that it is time. Shout out to my people in the beginning. Junior Gomez, what's good, bro? Glad to have you here. We about to get into it. Hey, I've got Hatch, man. I got Hatch, good old Hatch. Good evening, brother. Good evening. Glad to have you guys in. We're about to go in. I'm just setting it up. So we have people still waiting on stimulus payments. We had a new year. People want to leave 2020 behind. People want to leave it in the dust. People want to leave it as a drunken chapter in their lives, just like a drunken night. You know, when you hit the lick a little too hard, and it's not the top shelf stuff. It's not even the middle shelf stuff. It's the Stoli. It's the no-name bottom shelf vodka, gin, rum. And you mix it with a little Kool-Aid. You mix it with a little Minute Maid, and it makes it go down a little better, but it's still crap. And you have that hangover, and that's what 2020 was. Now, 2021, there were no promises. A lot of people understood that 2021 may not be better than 2020 was. And they have been saying, let's be real, people have been talking about it. Hold on. Why someone sent me a video where they saw lights in the sky doing a figure eight. Bruh, yo, hey, let me tell you something. I mean, there was a lot of UFO activity in 2020. Maybe 2021 will be the year. Not looking forward to that, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. But I digress. We're looking at what happened 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Now, why 2 days ago? The day before yesterday, it's now currently January 7th. We had the day before January 6th, people were talking about, it's going to go down January 6th, man. It's going to go down. You know, Trump's going to release the Kraken. Like, we're going to march on. There's going to be protests. There's going to be marching. And people were saying, that's bull, man. Ain't nothing going to happen. All y'all fake. All y'all just grandstanding, blah, blah, blah. Little did we know, we all got that text. We all watched the news, all checked our phones and found out, wow, these mugs really going into the Capitol. And it all kind of went down from there. So I want to hear from you guys. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and I'm going to start bringing you guys on. It's going to be a panel-like discussion. I think I can bring on as many as 20 people at a time. But I just want to hear from you guys. I've got different articles. I got different slides. I've got different video clips. We're going to go through it. I want to hear from you, all different types of aspects. There is no one left or right-leaning situation here. It's real talk, real people. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you're buying it. Do you think the man should be impeached? Shout out to Smooth Joe. Or do you think he should just finish out his time? Do we believe Donald Trump incited a coup? Or do we think that the election results are to be contested? And do we look at those people as thugs and protesters Or do we look at these people? Hey, it's all good. It's all good, Hatch. Or do we look at these people as, terrorists? Let's be real. It's one big distraction. Let's find out. About to post the link here. If I know you, you'll be able to get up. If I don't know you, I'll have to vet you in the back chat. Let's go in. All right, and let's see here. First thing I want to bring up, I'm going to go ahead and play video Donald Trump just actually posted about 23 to 40 minutes ago. I know it's quite the range. But let's go ahead and hear what he had to say. Let's see here. Boom. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and hear from the prez.
Addressing the heinous.
I'll put that back. Sorry, that's a little loud, everybody. This video just came out.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. We have just been through an intense election and emotions are high, but now tempers must be cooled and calm restored. We must get on with the business of America. My campaign vigorously pursued every legal avenue to contest the election results. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. In so doing, I was fighting to defend American democracy. I continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws to verify the identity and eligibility of all voters and to ensure faith and confidence in all future elections. Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation. 2020 has been a challenging time for our people. A menacing pandemic has upended the lives of our citizens, isolated millions in their homes, damaged our economy, and claimed countless lives. Defeating this pandemic and rebuilding the greatest economy on earth will require all of us working together. It will require a renewed emphasis on the civic values of patriotism, faith, charity, community, and family. We must revitalize the sacred bonds of love and loyalty that bind us together as one national family. To the citizens of our country, serving as your president has been the honor of my lifetime. And to all of my wonderful supporters, I know you are disappointed, but I also want you to know that our incredible journey is only just beginning. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
All right. So you all heard it there. Let's kind of break that down. So what exactly was that message? What was that message? That message just was pretty much a concession. We were talking about over the past couple of days, we were listening to Trump trying to lobby, if you want to call it that, for the Georgia election, those votes. He believes that there was tampering with the votes. He believes people that shouldn't have been voting voted, and thus that's why he lost the election. Basically feels this election was stolen from him. His supporters do. One thing people should recognize or remember about Trump, Trump is a member of the Republican Party. However, he's not a Republican. Now, he's a Republican president, true, but Trump does his own thing. And Trumpers who were Republicans, or you could say a faction of Republicans like the Tea Party, they're going to follow Trump wherever he goes, right? Those are his voters. And it was more of like Trump in the Republican Party is more of like a marriage of convenience, right? Get some stuff done there, get some stuff done there. It's a vehicle, if nothing else. So what we heard in so many words was Trump's concession speech, 2 minutes and 41 seconds. He took the time to disavow the violence. I'm hearing reports that there were 4 people that died. One of them was the woman that was shot. I'm going to put that on the screen. I mean, obviously not her getting shot, but the one that got a bullet to the chest. And then she shed her mortal coil, so to speak. Just going to put that right there. All right, so this person's name is Ashley Babbitt. And this her right here, Ashley Babbitt. That's her. I don't know about all that. That's an unrelated video. Yep, I know. Ashley Babbitt, protester killed at Capitol, was Air Force vet from California. So Trump supporters are a wide-ranging group of people, right? Ashley Babbitt, she was an Air Force vet. Let's read this a little bit. President Trump's supporter killed in Capitol building Wednesday was an Air Force vet from Cali who tweeted a day earlier how nothing will stop us and the storm is here. So she was ready for war, so to speak. Ashley Babbitt, who had been 14 years in the service, did 4 tours of duty and was married and lived near San Diego. Her husband, Aaron, told, "Wow, I wonder if Aaron was there too. I'm numb. I'm devastated. Nobody from DC notified my son, and we found out on TV." Wow. The husband's mother, Robin Babbitt, saying that her daughter-in-law, she's a Trump supporter. Everything is pretty surreal, added Aaron's brother, Justin. It's just hard because we haven't been officially notified. The day before she was fatally shot, apparently by Capitol Police, Babbitt tweeted, "Nothing will stop us. They can try, but the storm is here and it's descending upon DC in less than 24 hours, dark to light." Well, it's amazing how we live in a time where your last words, usually you don't catch people's last words. Literally anything can happen to you. And whatever you put on social media, those are your last words. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You could be here today, going tomorrow. And it's something about social media and this technology age that makes that ever present. But it also, in a way, kind of immortalizes you in a way that no other human group of humans, age of humans, has really had in such a way, immortalizing the normal person, the average person. He put in a call. Well, no, he said he disavowed the violence. Trump disavowed the violence and said, those that broke the law, you will pay. Now, that was Trump today. I want to listen to Trump yesterday. And this was when everything was going down. Let's look at Donald Trump's Twitter. Go to the man himself. And wow, this tweet. So Twitter's already censoring him. And wow, they removed They removed this. Wow. So he had a video that he put out telling people he's disavowing the violence and that they need to go home. And Twitter removed it. So this was the last tweet. I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. That's a Trump tweet, right? Trump's talking to everyone there. But he had a video, and it was short and sweet. But in the video, this is just my opinion. I don't know if it's true, but this is just how I felt. I felt like it was more of just kind of lip service. Like he's telling people go home. But he also did say that this was a stolen election. So it was almost like a half apology, half, not even apology, like a half, go home, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. You know, you could tell he kind of wanted things to kind of escalate because those are his supporters. And honestly, Donald Trump probably feels the same way his supporters do. You know, that's just how it is. Chalk Queen 17 is right. Facebook suspended his account as well. I heard Facebook suspended his account indefinitely. I believe that's what it was. But I want to get a sense here that, yeah, I agree. Really is disgusting. Like a weight loss journey. I'm definitely, without a doubt. Now, let's look at something else here. I brought up a few. Let me see here. What do I want to show you guys? Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Again, fair use, fair use. Some dumb guy, West Virginia lawmaker records himself storming the U.S. Capitol. We're in. These people are, I mean, yesterday, I'm not going to lie, I laughed quite a bit.
Trump incites mob was the headline in today's New York Times. The Washington Post, meanwhile, comes in with Trump mob storms Capitol. And that pretty much captures how it went here yesterday in the waning days of President Trump's term.
I'll turn off the audio, but as you can see, I mean, this is, I heard the next 2 weeks should be forever. Oh, so from what you heard, it's the next 2 weeks, actually. Okay. Looks like the control freaks in the shadow. There we go. He's hitting it smooth. You're hitting it. Unprecedented attack on democracy. So that's them inside the Capitol. Trump rally, unprecedented attack. President Trump's transition promise vows will be orderly following congressional confirmation of Biden win. So yes, as you heard in the video that I just played, he said it's going to be a peaceful transition of power. This is some more video footage from yesterday. Stop the steal, Trump Pence. Wow. So that's side-by-side footage. That was them inside the chamber. And then they're like, okay, we got to, and there they go, busting in, trying to get everybody out. Now, hold on. While we're looking at that, we're going to tackle all the angles to this because, again, we're going to call this, like I say, here's the guy. Look at these people. We will not back down. Oh, wow. Okay. These some aides and other Congress people scared because, you know, they don't know what these people are going to do. They're coming in, some of them armed, ready for combat. You know, there's no telling.
Because evacuated from the chambers. These are people that have been attending. I saw dozens of Capitol Police with their weapons drawn,
guns trained on the door.
Armed officers held off an angry mob behind this barricaded door from reaching the House floor. When a woman tried to climb through a window, police fired.
Oh, I think that was her.
Babbitt, wrapped in a Trump flag, fell to the floor and later died. Just a day earlier, Air Force veteran Ashley Babbitt, wrapped in a Trump flag, fell to the floor and later died. Just a day earlier, Babbitt tweeted, "Nothing will stop us." 3 others died of medical emergencies on the Capitol grounds. Outside, hundreds scaled the scaffolding set up for President-elect Biden's inauguration and unfurled Trump flags. The assault on the Capitol started only about an hour after President Trump urged supporters to march to the Capitol at his Save America rally.
You'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Wait. I didn't know that, guys. I didn't. Hold on. Wait a second. I got all of it. Did we hear that right? Hold up. I think come on.
About an hour after President Trump urged supporters to march to the Capitol at his Save America rally.
You'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Okay, well, well, there we go. I guess I didn't know that. I didn't know he had spoken an hour before. I mean, that's not him inciting. Okay. See, wow. Yeah, so they're going to definitely try to bring him up on charges, saying that he was inciting a riot and I don't know if it was I guess technically it's an insurrection since they were counting the electoral votes. But I mean, I think he said just march on them, not necessarily, break in and do what they did. But either way, that looks bad. That looks bad. Layton Weight Loss Journey says he made a mob to destroy the Capitol. He deserves to be charged. This should be considered terrorism. I don't disagree after hearing that. Smooth Joe said, wow. Yeah, I know, wow. But as we see, privilege gets nothing for these multiple crimes committed. No, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. I've seen some crazy stuff. Let me do this. I'm going to put one on the screen. Actually, because this was wild to me. Wild. You put that there. I'll play some while I bring this on the screen. Wow.
Eventually, tactical teams repelled the rioters from the Capitol, though only dozens were arrested.
You got into the Capitol.
I was on the front line.
Boyd Camper told us he made it to the Capitol Rotunda.
We're going to take this damn place. If you haven't heard, it's called the Insurrection Act, and we, the people, are ready.
Okay, well, I guess it is insurrection. Well, they, ain't no. See, when you hear stuff like this, when you see stuff like this, there is no benefit of the doubt that you can give people. Not to say that you'd even want to give them a benefit of the doubt. Look at this guy's face. He's like, yep, you heard that. Oh, man, these people. Now, should we have listened to the guy's comment in full context? Probably. But, I mean, if you go off of that clip alone, that is pretty damning. Let's keep it real. Okay? I got a few pictures to show you guys, and I definitely want to talk about them. Definitely want to discuss them. Discuss them like Robitussin. Kind of rhymed a little bit. Discuss them like Robitussin. There we go. Put that in the Riot folder. I literally got a folder called Riot. And then there's one more. There we go. Put that in the Riot folder. Why do I have a Riot folder, y'all? Why? for moments like this. Cool. All right, let's open up the riot folder. So I'm gonna just show you these photos, and let's let's discuss them. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at them. Right. Open in window. Is there another way to open this? No. Oh yeah, okay. That's better. Okay. So here's some photos that I took from across the internet, from across Twitter, Instagram, all of that. Let me see. This is terrifying. I mean, I knew they were wild, but damn. Well, that's the thing. They ain't playing, They are not playing. They've been preparing for this, right? While everyone else has not been preparing, they've been prepared for this. This is more of like a training exercise than anything else. Let me see here. Trump did have some good intentions through his presidency, but his supporters did not help him prove himself. They made so many things worse. I agree. Trump isn't horrible, but just what he represented and the energy that coalesced around him, the racial, terroristic, neo-Nazi, just us, not justice, just us type of mentality. It's hard to, you can't just use that energy and then dispel it. It doesn't work like that. Brandon Hatch says, his supporters ran me out of the Republican Party around 2017. And I'm so ashamed of them. They are supporting a dictator. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Hatch said right there, he used to be in the party. And, and I think Hatch would agree with me that Trump supporters aren't necessarily Republicans. If anything, maybe you could say a Trump supporter is a disaffected Republican, right? That if Trump became an independent, they would follow him and become independents, so on and so forth. They're just there to follow him. They're not true conservatives. Smooth Joe, logging past events for receipt showing. Absolutely. So let's take a look at this. You know how I use the super Republican back then? Yeah, I do, man. I do. Think like, hey, let them know. All right, so let's do this. All right, so what I'm showing you guys right now, can I full screen this? Pretty sure. No, I don't want exercise. We'll do slideshow. Okay. So this picture, well, okay, no, you don't have to go that fast. All right, so you got this picture there at the Capitol. Now, what do you see here? We're showing American flag. I don't know what that means. It looks like a state. I don't know what state that is, though, with the lion and the flag there. We got some MAGA hats. Make America Great Again. And you're seeing, I guess a diverse group of folks. Not all Trump supporters are white. You can't just put it on one group of people. Hatch says, the entire party needs to get with the times. So you can't stay the same forever. Right. There does have to be some evolution. And I would say the Republican Party has evolved. They're definitely more moderate than they used to be. Let's see here. The next photo. Keep America Great. Trump 2020. No Pence on that one. We'll say today. More Capitol building photos. Sorry, that's a little. There we go. Okay. And then, but no, let's show this photo in the riots folder. So this was interesting. This was a tweet. This is a really strange way to find out that cops know how to not use deadly force. They're a cult. It's cute. The Elena weight loss journey. They're a cult. Yeah, there is some cultish type behavior here. I agree. But this was interesting. This stuff really struck out. Chicken Tiki Mariah. Chicken Tiki Mariah. This is a really strange way to find out the cops know how to not use deadly force. And that's true. You know, you may have heard in your, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, what have you, Black folks have a apathetic sort of stance on this whole thing. A lot of you may have heard, if they were Black folks, they would have been brutalized. If they were Black folks, they would have been shot. If they're Black folks, they wouldn't have made it anywhere inside the Capitol. And all those things may be true. All we have to do is look at history to see how they treat Black folks. I mean, we can even look to earlier last year, the whole Black Lives Matter. Again, I'm not a supporter of Black Lives Matter because the group was co-opted and it's turned into something that definitely doesn't support Black lives. But you saw a lot of Black people coalesce and a whole bunch of other groups of people. It wasn't just Black people. And they brutalized everybody. But when you have people that are, again, terrorists, rioters, breaking into the Capitol, technically speaking, well, you heard from their mouths, performing an insurrection during the electoral ballot counting. I mean, technically speaking, if we're looking at the actual definition of these words, the definition of a coup d'etat is a sudden and decisive action in politics, especially one resulting in a change of government illegally or by force. Technically speaking, what they were doing was a coup d'etat. Let's look at insurrection. Did they use the word insurrection right? Noun. An act of or instance of rising in revolt, rebellion, or resistance against civil authority or the established government. Technically, it was an insurrection. Patriot. Let's look at the definition of a patriot. A person who loves, supports, or defends his or her own country and its interests with devotion. A person who regards himself or herself as a defender of especially the individual rights against presumed interference by the federal government. You can put the argument that they were patriots. So what do you have here? How can one be a patriot, an insurrectionist, and be part of a coup all at the same time? Is that even possible? Isn't this tyranny, or am I off? Well, they are engaging in an insurrection and a coup because they believe the government is becoming tyrannical. So, yes, you could say that. Let's see here. Elena weight loss journey. I pray our new leader brings some type of hope back into this world before the United States is no longer a freedom country. Interesting that you said that, because I think there is something up with the whole freedom thing, right? I took all the emotion out of it and I just looked at it from the outside in, because you got to remember, Black folks, we are Americans. People, we are Americans, all of us. What happened at the Capitol, we don't have to fight that battle, right? We can be conscientious observers and just really take a look at we can for once observe instead of being used as pawns in the sort of situation here. And I don't know. I'm not 100% on board with all the demonization, but we'll get into that when I do everything. And again, like I said, panel's open. If you guys want to come on and discuss it, please feel free. I'll put the link out once again. Let me see here. Let me see. I agree with Josh. Okay. The original land. Several cults are currently influencing our lives. That's very true. Very true. Very true. The original landlords. Right. But what do we see? Only 4 people died as a result of yesterday. I heard one person had a taser on them, tried to taser one person, ended up tasing themselves and had a heart attack and died. So imagine dying like that. Now that's crazy. You come there to, get into some old gangster-ish, and you ended up tasing and killing yourself. Wow. You try to climb through a window and the feds shoot you dead. Wow. And then the other 2 people, not sure how they went, but there you go. Now, but again, those were the feds. That was the federal police. We're talking about regular police. No one else got shot. No one else got killed. No one else. In a situation like that, you got a lone black man. And again, this is the only kind of race part I'm going to bring about it because it is in the title. You got a lone black man walking down the street, jogging down the street, selling cigarettes, playing at a park, little black boy playing in the park, seemingly unthreatening at all. You get cops pulling up, unloading, busting full clips on black people, black men specifically, but black people. And you're telling me only one person died? Only one person got shot? And those were the feds. There wasn't even like the regular police. That was the feds. So you're telling me in a situation with an overwhelming majority of white folks in body armor, in masks, with weapons, with all this stuff, breaking down doors into the capital of the greatest nation on earth, no one got shot and killed? No one. But a brother can't walk down the street in a decent neighborhood and they have to fear for their life. See, this is that double standard. This is that privilege that white folks have. White folks can literally be homegrown terrorists, can literally be insurrectionists, literally can commit treason, and no one shot and killed. Right on the money, Hatch. Terror. That's privilege. Absolutely. And that's probably about the most I'm going to harp on it. It's one of those things that black folks are just, we peep that. Now, God forbid some other black folks get shot or something else unfortunately happens to black folks and the whole conscious community gets up in arms about it. And let's see, black folks take it as far as these people did. Let's see if no one, gets out, if everyone fares as well as these people did. To America's people. Dos Americas. And then there was one other picture. Yesterday was a true domestic terrorism. Yeah. It's, how it is. It was domestic terrorism. But here's another angle to it. I'm going to show this picture. And let me show you here. So what do you have here? People that have no problem brutalizing black folks. Quick to pepper spray, quick to whoop your ass. Beating the black off you, beating the brakes off you, man, woman, and child. And even under situations where you have Black Lives Matter protests, didn't matter if you were black, white, whatever, you were still getting brutalized. But when you got nothing but good old American folks, just us, you got officers running away. Really? It's just so telling. Lena Weight Loss Journey says, we can't even fight back anymore. We already knew we had no power, but this just proves we are not in control. They are. Look at these privileges compared to all different people standing up for one cause. Facts. There's not one lie told. When she goes on to say, this was wrong. We wanted to show them, look at they're wrong. They killed a lot of us, and they are the real threat, and they had 4 people injured. Exactly. But this should let you know, it's one thing. What did Kanye said? Kanye's verse, man. Hold on. Kanye's verse was so appropriate, and I felt this when Kanye said this. Hold on. Kanye said, this is what Kanye said. He said, they used to feel invisible, now they know they're invincible. And when he said that struck to me, because a lot of black folks feel invisible, right? Now they know they're invincible. They used to feel invisible, now they know they're invincible. So this song was about being a champion in their eyes, in your eyes, right? They used to feel invisible, now they know they're invincible. So that's about rising up and again taking your power. So it just, I don't know, the verse spoke to me. Let's see. Lane Weight Loss says, as you can see, this pissed me off. We're not a cult. We had people from everywhere who felt our pain. This is people of their own turning their backs. So tell me who is wrong. Exactly. I mean, I don't disagree. Now let me show you this. I'm going to show you the MAGA shaman. I had no idea. This is the MAGA shaman, as they call him. The MAGA shaman. This guy with the horns. The MAGA shaman. The MAGA, let me say that. The MAGA shaman. Sheesh, man. The MAGA shaman. This shit crazy. Now, let's see what some of these people had said. Here's some tweets. Now this is, we're going to take it to another level here. We're going to take it to another level. But I'm going to share some tweets with you. Because we talk about both sides here, right? We're fair, we're conscientious, we're observers. But let's take a look at this. Here's some tweets. Okay. So they kind of went in. These some pictures. Now, obviously, don't hurt anybody. I know I have some of the best and smartest viewers here. Bumped to fellow patriot Doug Mastrano at the front of the Capitol. What do you think? You are a part of the terrorists. You are a threat to America and Americans. You need to be prosecuted and thrown in prison. So some of these people are actual, I don't know if that's the Virginia statesmen or whatnot. But I mean, these people are proud, That's all their information. I can't put that up, but they're doxing people. So, people are losing jobs. Tons of people are losing jobs. So let's read this. And this one's a little, okay, I'll read that. I saw the word white nationalist being used by Nancy Pelosi as if it was a derogatory term. Words are a funny thing. So many of them are stolen to represent what they are not. For example, this party that calls themselves Democrat are actually attempting to destroy democracy, or Black Lives Matter. They have proven over and over that Black lives aren't actually important to them. He was right about that, but I digress. Now we have the term that fits me and many others, and they try to turn it bad. I'm white. There's no denying that. I'm a nationalist. Put my nation first, so that makes me a white nationalist. And now I happen to have friends that are black, brown, cream. Cream. They're also nationalists. So wow, black nationalists, brown nationalists, creamy nationalists, creamy nationalists, lily white nationalists. Fucking, we are nationalists. You aren't. Then get the fuck out of our nation. Get out. We're wilding. Oh my goodness. Chalk Queen 17 says FBI currently has 4,000 online leads. Yeah, they're going in. Yeah, FBI is going in. What did Trump say? You will pay. All right, this guy. This guy's a real badass. This guy's the real Clint Eastwood. I don't know if I got a good Clint Eastwood impression. Hold on. I came into this world kicking and screaming, covered in someone else's blood. I'm not afraid to go out the same way. Big O. Yo, this dude was for real. Look at this dude. Now, listen to that. I came into this world kicking and screaming, covered in someone else's blood. A baby. I'm not afraid to go out the same way. Yo, these people are funny. They're deranged, but they're funny. Like, bruh. Wow. Here's the MAGA shaman again. This MAGA now, what's funny about the MAGA shaman has also been spotted at Black Lives Matter rallies. He's believed to be Antifa. So a lot of people, Trump people, think that Antifa infiltrated the Capitol, the push on the Capitol, the riot on the Capitol, the insurrection on the Capitol, and they believe it's Antifa. So people are going to say Antifa, which is funded by George Soros, blah, blah, blah. And this is all a ploy to destroy America. You just don't. I couldn't even have a full conversation. Well, you know what it is. That's the MAGA shaman, though. Look at this guy. He's like, yo, it's the MAGA shaman. And the MAGA shaman's like, yeah. Looks like a goat. Doesn't it look like a goat? These ladies taking the ballots. Because I wonder what would have happened if they had actually reached those people. If those people had destroyed the ballots, what would have happened? If they were counting the ballots, what would have happened if those people actually made it successfully in, held some of those Congress people hostage, and destroyed those ballots? They will create distraction, don't worry. And hey, shout out to Twisted Q. Twisted Q, appreciate that. Lane of Weight Loss Journey, yeah. But no, that's a serious question, guys. I want to know. If they had actually got to these ballots and destroyed them, what would have happened? Would there have had to have been another count, another recount? Would have had to have another election? I think the counting that occurred yesterday was ceremonial. I don't know. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't have went back in session and did it. Could have been, but I don't know. I think it was for real. They will soon be swept under the rug. I agree. Oh, this is funny. So someone actually got this made. Civil War. Hold on, let me see if I can. Civil War, MAGA, Civil War, January 6, 21. So they want the Civil War so bad. But people were ready. People got the shirts made. Just wow. Look at this guy. Y'all ain't ready for no race war. Y'all ain't ready. Not that we want one, but I'm just saying, definitely not ready for it. So if this was any indication, people, get on your grind. So let's see here. January 6th, 13 capital arrests so far. 6,546 plus people are sitting in jail today for trespassing. 395 for loitering. Wow. 29 plus for unlawful assembly. 11 for curfew violation. That was yesterday. Wow. That's something, isn't it? Okay. Now let's flip this on its head. I said I was going to do that, and I meant it. So let's flip this on its head. Now, we're seeing what they did, but let's kind of figure out how we got to this point. Because you got Nancy Pelosi wanting to get Pence and the cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment so Trump can be taken out as president. Pence will be president until Joe Biden gets sworn in at January 20th. I think that's premature. I don't think we need to do all that. I think that's a play. Flip mode like Buster. I agree. Hold on. True story. I was told by a Republican to my face, because they are Republican, they don't get the coronavirus. My face. Yeah, they believe that. No mask, baby. Child Queen 17. It's just crazy to see how many of them supported masks yesterday, but over the last 9 months, it was an infringement on their freedom. Facts. Flip mode like Buster. Yeah. Please lock him up and throw away the key. Ooh, y'all got some smoke for Prez. Y'all got some smoke. But here's the interesting part, and as I put this one up, and I really want you guys to look at this and think about this. Meditate. This is from Jason Black. Shout out to the Black Authority. And let's just put this here. The U.S. government has engineered violent coups d'etats, around the world for over a century. For them to now pretend they are a victim is a monstrous insult to the people's intelligence everywhere. Where's the lie in that? Where's the lie? Let's think about that. Let's really think about that. Where's the lie? One of the rules to have security for the rest of your life after presidency, you can no longer drive vehicles. Trump has a fleet of vehicles he loves to drive, and I think that will play big. Probably. Laugh out loud. Part in Trump wanting the security for the rest of his life. Be what? I come to this channel to be put on some game. Yeah. Not wanting. Yeah, not wanting. He's going to need some hardcore security. It's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. Yeah. So the government has engineered, let's be real. We look at South America. if we fucking look at South America, the Middle East, pretty much everywhere over a century, United States of the United States government has factually funded groups, funded groups to go ahead and overthrow the government. This is facts. So for this to be knocking down their door is interesting. I do think they're playing the victim card a bit. I do. But based off our definition of insurrection, coup d'etat, and patriot, what they did was treasonous. Let's just be real. Now, had they stormed the Capitol when they weren't counting the election ballots, that's a whole different thing. But the fact that they did that, and God knows what they would have done if they got to those ballots. That's treason. That's against the Constitution. Can't even play about it. He sure will need it, but I doubt he will want to follow the rules that comes with that security. Doubt it. Just something to think about. Something to tease your brain. Then where is this other one? I guess that's my only picture. So let's see here. We already went over. Okay. So I'm getting a sense here that a lot of you already feel this way, but I'm wanting to hear it. Lawmakers openly discuss ousting Trump, possible impeachment. Now, he's already been impeached once, right? And let me know if I'm wrong, let me know how you guys feel. Why impeach him again? Why impeach him again? Let him finish out the, what is that? 11, 12, 13 days that he has. Let him finish out the 13 days he has. There's no reason that you need to impeach him again and get him out. I don't think his mental faculties are I don't think he's mentally ill. Makes a lot of bad decisions. And an hour after he made that speech and his people ran up in the Capitol, tried to hit a lick on the Capitol for those ballots. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't think he's a threat, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling. I think he should just finish it out. I want him out as bad as the next person. There's less than 2 weeks. Exactly. And I know you don't F with him at all. I know you, Chuck. You don't even like the guy. But right, there's less than 2 weeks. What's the power play here, right? Something's going on. I saw a guy on the Capitol steps reenacting George Floyd's death. Do we know if they had been identified and charged? No, I did not hear about that. And I'm sure they would. I saw a picture of this black lady. I don't know how her ass got surrounded by nothing but white folks. And they had her in a Goldberg body lock. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing? You can't be. Listen, man. I don't know. Your ass shouldn't be nowhere near none of that, okay? Black men can't protect you if you're over there bed wenching it up. It can't be done. We can't do that. I'm sorry. I bet by tomorrow, if he's not already, they have been identified, twisted. Hopefully, laying a weight loss journey. True, he does have 2 weeks left, but look what he did 2 weeks before he left. So let's see what he brings to the table. I mean, he didn't do it. Trump's been saying the same thing that Trump's been saying for the last year. It was just this time his supporters did something about it. And honestly, like I said, they're treasonous, right? They were wrong for that. They shouldn't have done it the way they did it. America has a history of treating treasonous white folks pretty well. I mean, if you look in the Civil War, a lot of those people that fought for the Confederacy, they got reparations when they had to let their slaves go. And they weren't treated as pariahs. They're actually allowed to go home and keep their land for the most part. So America has a very lenient history of treating white insurrectionists very well when acts of treason are committed. So just something to think about there. This is actually in line with the historical precedent. But a lot of people don't know that. The impeachment is just talk, pulling heartstrings. Yes, I do think there's a lot of emotionalism going on here. Because let's be real, and I'm about to take it there. Guys, I'm going to take it there. I have to. I got to take it there. The reason these people did what they did, because one, they're Trump supporters. But two, they think the election was stolen. But three, people didn't get their motherfucking $2,000 checks. Excuse my language. It was a very clean stream up until now. But let's be all the way real. Had McConnell and Pelosi not been sitting and spinning on their own thumbs, and the rest of Congress been sitting and spinning and not passing the relief that Americans needed, this wouldn't have happened. I guarantee you, if every American had gotten the $2,000 of their hard-earned money that they've been paying into ever since they started working, some people 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever, then this wouldn't be an issue. But no, because they want to play games, give money, foreign aid to everyone else, take care of everyone else, make sure everyone else is straight, fund everyone else. We did didn't we do the math last time we did our stream on how much America is actually getting out of this bill? About 23% maybe of the money from these $947 billion bills and $1 trillion bills, only 23%, if that, is going to the American people. All the rest, that's our tax money going out, handling handling everyone else outside the country, going to Pakistani gender studies, coronavirus foreign aid to all these other countries. Smithsonian's getting a billy for renovations. And these people are acting like, oh, these people are just... No. See, this is people being upset with everything that's going on. You got the coronavirus popping off. You got people worried about vaccines or the lack thereof. You got people losing their homes, losing their businesses, cars being repossessed. Whole country is tripping right now. And Congress had one job: to deliver decent payments to American taxpayers so they can have food on their tables, have a Merry Christmas, not be behind on all of their bills or rents. They were looking for help, and Congress failed the American people and gave them a paltry $600. There's people behind rent and mortgages 9-10 months. And you give people $600 one-time payment and saying you better be happy with that? When you got people like Pelosi and McConnell that will be getting public pensions of over $100,000 a year. Let's be real. Let's be real on that. The reason a lot of this stuff happened, Congress has been on the bullshit. They've been on it. Yeah, a lot of people I know didn't get payment. One of my coworkers got 3 wonderful, beautiful daughters. Didn't get anything yet. What? I've heard talks that anyone that hasn't gotten their payment yet will be able to take that money off as a tax credit when taxes come due next year. That's going to send people over the edge. So a lot of those disaffected people were Trump supporters, but a lot of those people too were people that lost their jobs, people that lost their businesses that they've been running for 20, 30 years, barely can make profit, trying to make it through Corona. PPP ran out, didn't have enough money, lost whole legacies, wealth, and businesses. Those people were up there. It's people that lost loved ones to the virus. There's people that lost so much, and Congress sitting on their ass, placating to corporations, foreign interests, and can't do nothing of note and significance for their people. That's why what happened yesterday happened. See, there's so much context that people like to leave out. Oh, these are just treasonous people. Oh, these are people just busting to the Capitol trying to change. People are upset. People are tired of getting shitted on. People are tired of getting lied to. People are tired of the sloppy Joe. They don't want no more sloppy Joe. They're tired of it. Sorry, let me read these. True, we're going through a pandemic, and the greatest country in the world had only given its population 1,809 months. FOH. I agree, Chuck. You're absolutely right. Especially when you look at Canada and France, $2,000 a month. They begin $2,000 a month for a minute. Now, of course, you know, Republicans and even the conservatives and other people, even the Democrats saying, well, we can't give all Americans that amount of money. We're going to cause inflation. So 23% of a $974 billion bill, and that small 23% of that bill being used is going to cause inflation. FOH. We're not playing. Joshua the Fly Guy, I agree. Hatch. This bill should only be used in the USAA. In the USA, they want to send money elsewhere, make another bill for it. Yes, and let's vote on it. You know, let's make sure we're straight. And then if we have something left to give over, let's give it to them. Americans aren't selfish when it comes to helping other people. We just got to get ours. Laying a weight loss journey. The country hope is so low. People are getting scared, and we have millions scared. You create more fights and terrorism acts. Absolutely. The number one purveyor of or reason for crime is not having enough. Chalk Queen 17. I'm mad about the payments, but I ain't risking my life storming the Capitol with the feds around. No, sir, not I. And that's the thing. The feds stormed the Capitol. Sorry, the terrorists stormed the Capitol. Now, the reason why they really thought the folks were playing. They're like, oh, they're not going to do that. And they got caught with their pants down. At Chalk Queen, I feel that. Most of us didn't even get the payment. Yeah, absolutely. Such travesty. You know, they're going to make sure you pay your taxes, though, but they can't get that little bread out to you. Interesting. So true. And that's why I'm saying it's fear, and half of the Republicans were affected, as well as just the prideful to admit, let's be honest, half of them probably went on revenge of non-payment. Absolutely. Chalk Queen 17, Congress ain't shit. Fox. We need new people. They can easily afford to give us $2K a month and still help the business. Absolutely. If aliens come back to Earth, America will write that check. Who said that? Listen, man, aliens are already here, but they're not what you think. Trust me. I've heard enough. I'm on my way to the camera right now. I know, fire and impassioned speech. It's real. F the tax. Yeah. McConnell literally sat there. Now hold on. Let me be real. Section 230 of the bill protected Facebook, Instagram, and all these other ridiculously huge and powerful tech companies from being sued for censorship. So let's be real. Section 230 did need to go, right? Section 230 did need to go. Fuck the Confederate renaming of the bases. That could screw that. I don't care about that. And again, there we go, venerating traitors. But Section 230 did need to go. Let's be real. It does. Because Trump just got banned from Facebook, Instagram, what have you, for 2 weeks or maybe indefinitely. He's getting censored on Twitter. Social media companies are the new public square, and people can be banned from them for saying things that not everybody agrees with. If you have big tech companies censoring people, that is infringing upon your right of freedom of speech, and that is in direct conflict with the Constitution. So let's be clear on that. McConnell is a dick, but Section 230 needed to go, and they didn't get that done. And he knew the Democrats and the Republicans that are pretty much lackeys of the corporations, they knew that they weren't going to sign that. They knew that that was going to kill the bill. See, if the Democrats and Republicans had people's interests at heart, they would have just said, all right, we'll sign it. And those companies would have to think twice before censoring somebody, because then they ask to be sued. They're getting too powerful. What you're seeing are corporatocracies rearing their head, flexing their power. And when you see that in an election as big as what we've seen, people don't understand the true implications of that. Because what happens when you start censoring people and it becomes accepted that they're violating your rights? And if you start censoring people in their freedom of speech, what's next? Then you can start controlling what they do, controlling what they have, what they can't have. I don't know how true it is, but I heard they're trying to outlaw body armor in some places, right? Then they're going to take your guns, right? They're going to try to keep you from having guns. So now you can't say what you want to say, and now you can't protect yourself. And then what happens when they get you to the point where you can't protect yourself and you can't say what you want to say? And then you have to rely on the government for every single thing in your life. That sounds like socialism to me. And we all know what happens when a country becomes socialist. See, socialism sounds good because everyone's kind of getting shitted on right now. But there's never been one time in history that socialism has not led to communism. And I want y'all to think about that. There's not been one time in history where a country has not become socialist and eventually become communist. Socialism is not a perpetually sustainable thing. It always ends in communism. And I'll be doing a stream on explaining socialism, communism, fascism, Marxism, and so people can understand that. There's a lot at play here. Man, Twisted has me weak, but for real though. Let us show up. We shot on sight. Nah, that's facts. McConnell, old roach looking ass, sat on his thumb and said, nope. And my friends agree. U.S. politics ain't shit. Censorship is 100% objective. They should get sued for blocking free speech. I agree. Politics. There you go. You speaking sense. Twisted Q, censor yourself. She's throwing shade. So let's not skip Biden guaranteeing these $2,000 for voting Georgia in. Okay, bye. Well, now Chinese internet is censored like a mug. Exactly. That's what you're going to see. Chalk censored these nuts. Love you, Chalk. Yeah, you bro, watch out, nigga. I'll pay your ass a visit, nigga. Okay? I didn't add a name, so this doesn't get deleted. I see you. Oh, little fly guy. So, yeah, I mean, you have that situation. Yeah, I mean, Biden pretty much said, you know, if Georgia votes how they're quote unquote supposed to and they get control of the Senate, then we're definitely getting $2,000 checks. Now, I know that sounds good. It is good. Don't get too comfortable, right? Biden's talking about multiple $2,000 checks. I've been told you guys about the UBI and what happens when the universal basic income comes in, right? 70% of the jobs that we currently have are going to get automated. So there's good and bad. Just be aware of that. It's to come. Let me see here. We already went over the deaths. This was interesting since we're on it. I want to show you guys. This is free speech. This is only the beginning. That's the sad part. You already know what. All right. So timeline, a history of free speech. The following correction was printed in Observer's for the Record column Sunday, 2006. So this is from 2006. We are muddled to say in the article below, the First Amendment of the U.S. Bill of Rights guarantees 4 freedoms: religion, speech, the press, and the right to assemble. The 10 amendments in the U.S. Constitution are collectively known as the Bill of Rights, and there are 5, not 4 freedoms guaranteed by the First Amendment. The 5th being the right to petition the government to redress for grievance. Thankfully, I'm in the field. I don't have to worry about automation too much. Right. Yeah. A robot really can't do what you do. So it just goes through freedom of speech throughout history. 399 BC, Socrates speaks to a jury at his trial. If you offer to let me off this time on condition I am no longer to speak my mind, I should say to you, men of Athens, I shall obey the gods rather than you. 1215, Magna Carta, wrung from the unwilling King John by his rebellious baron, is signed, is later to be regarded as the cornerstone of liberty in England. I know y'all remember that from school. The Education of Christian Prince by Erasmus. In free state, tongues too should be free. So they've been fighting for freedom of speech for a minute. Hey, peace out, Twisted. Appreciate you for being there. I know you got to get up. Catch that restring. Galileo hauled before the Inquisition after claiming the sun does not revolve around the earth. That's free speech. See, wow. Yeah, they were about to do him in. Bill of Rights granted freedom. Speech in Parliament after James II is overthrown and William and Mary installed as co-rulers. Voltaire writes in the letter, Monsieur le I detest what you write, but I would give my life to make it possible for you to continue to write. Boom. We don't like everything that everybody says, but the moment you start taking people's voices away, liberty dies. You can't let that happen. First Amendment, the Declaration of Rights of Man, a fundamental document of the French Revolution, provides for freedom of speech. First Amendment of the U.S. Bill of Rights guarantees 4 freedoms: religion, speech, press, and right to assembly, and of course, to redress grievances with your government. On Liberty, an essay by philosopher John Stuart Mill argues toleration and individuality. If any opinion is compelled to silence, that opinion may, for aught we certainly know, be true. To deny this is to assume our own infallibility. Yeah. So, look, even the Ayatollah issues a fatwa against Salman Rushdie over the blasphemous content of his novel, The Satanic Verses. The fatwa is lifted in 1998. Shout out Curb Your Enthusiasm. So yeah, 2001, in wake of 9/11, the Patriot Act gives the U.S. government new powers to investigate individuals suspected of being a threat, raising fears of civil liberties. So 2001 was the first time that our civil liberties appeared to be on the chopping block. And things have just progressively gotten more and more dicey. So just something you guys don't want to forget about. And then, of course, a lot of people, I know this sounds like really elementary, but a lot of people don't really know what their rights are anymore. One, free speech, right to religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition the government. Second Amendment, right to bear arms. Third, quartering of troops, meaning troops just can't bust into your home and just occupy it. Search and seizure, your fourth constitutional right. They can't just bust in your home, going through your stuff. They got to have a warrant signed by a judge. Grand jury, double jeopardy, can't be tried for the same crime twice. Can't self-incriminate yourself. You're available to due process. Criminal prosecution, jury trial with your peers, right to confront and to counsel, right to an attorney, common lawsuits, right against excess bail or fines or cruel and unusual punishment. You shouldn't be having a bail of $1 million for stealing a Snickers bar, or cruel and unusual punishment. Non-enumerated rights and the 9th Amendment, rights reserved to states or people. 10th Amendment. So just some things to look at. Know your rights. When they say that, we mean that. Now I want to look at this too, because people were talking about Trump should have did more. There was more Trump could have done.
The Metropolitan.
Quiet. So let's look at what the power of the president is supposed to do. The power of the executive branch is vested in the President of the United States, who also acts as the head of state and commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Armed forces. The president is responsible for implementing and enforcing the laws written by Congress, and to that end, appoint the heads of the federal agencies, including the cabinet. The vice president is part of the executive branch array to assume the presidency should the need arise. The president, both the head of state and head of the government of the United States, as well as commander-in-chief of the armed forces. The president is responsible for the execution and enforcement of laws created by Congress. 15 executive departments, each led by the appointed member of the president's cabinet, carry out day-to-day administration of the federal government. They are joined in the responsibility by other executive agencies, CIA, EPA, under the full authority of the president. The president also appoints the heads of more than 50 independent federal commissions, Federal Reserve Board and Security Exchange Commissions, SEC, as well as federal judges, ambassadors, and executive office of president, office of management and budget. President has the power to either sign legislation into law or to veto bills passed by the Congress, although Congress may override the veto with 2/3 majority in both houses. The executive branch conducts diplomacy with other nations, and the president has the power to negotiate and sign treaties which must be ratified by 2/3 of the Senate. The president can issue executive orders with direct executive offers to clarify and help implementing existing laws. The president also has a limited power to extend the pardons and clemencies for federal crimes, except in the case of impeachment. With these powers come several responsibilities, among them a constitutional requirement from time to time to give the Congress information on the State of the Union, recommend or consideration for such measures such as a judge necessary and expedient. The president may fulfill his requirement in any way he or she chooses. Presidents have traditionally given State of the Union addresses. Trump decided to use Twitter. Constitution lists only 3 qualifications for the presidency. Must be 35 years of age, natural born citizen, and must have lived in the United States for at least 14 years. While millions of Americans vote in presidential election every 4 years, the president is not, in fact, directly elected by the people. Instead, in November, every fourth year, the people elect a member of the Electoral College, apportioned by population of the 50 states, one for each member of their congressional delegation, with the District of Columbia receiving 3 votes. Electors that cast for the votes, 538 electors in the Electoral College. President Donald J. Trump is the 45th president. He's, however, the only 44th person to serve as president. President Grover Cleveland served 2 non-consecutive terms and thus recognizes both the 22nd and 24th president. Today, the president is limited to 2 4-year terms, but until 22nd Amendment to the Constitution ratified in 1951, a president could serve an unlimited number of terms. President Donald Roosevelt was elected 4 terms. He's the only president to serve more than 2 terms. Okay, so yeah, I know, but it is that's important to know because a lot of people just don't understand. So much politics to that.
The Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. is asking the public to help identify dozens of people of interest in Wednesday's rioting on Capitol Hill. The MPD identified dozens of people they're accusing of, quote, unlawful entry after swarms of President Trump's supporters stormed the Capitol complex, forcing lawmakers, staff, and reporters to flee the area. The department tweeted, quote, MPD seeks assistance in identifying persons of interest responsible for unlawful entry offenses that occurred yesterday on U.S. Capitol grounds.
Okay. And that's a good question. All right, so let's look here. That's a good question. How are electors chosen? How are the Electoral College electors chosen? Despite the important role of the Electoral College, the Constitution doesn't say much about the electors themselves. Delegates of the Constitutional Convention in the 1780s have argued over a lot. Yeah, we know things, but one of their biggest debates was over the United States. How should they elect its president? Some blah, blah, blah. Okay. Results struggle was the Electoral College, a system by which American people vote not for president and vice president, but for a smaller group of people known as electors. Interesting. The result struggle was the Electoral College, a system by which the American people vote not for president and vice president, but for a smaller group of people known as electors. Actually, Chuck, you have voted for them. Every single time you voted, according to this, you voted for the electors. These electors then cast their votes directly for president and vice president at the meeting held several weeks after the general election, which we already had. There are 538 total electors, including 1 for each U.S. senator and representative, and 3 electors representing the District of Columbia. The presidential candidates need a majority of 270 to win the White House. Most of the time, but not always, the winner of the Electoral College is also the winner of the popular vote. So the popular vote is the vote that you cast on November 4th, and the electoral vote is who you guys are actually voting for. How electors are chosen. Article 1, Constitution states the electors can't be a member of Congress or hold federal office, but left it up to individual states to figure out everything else. According to the 14th Amendment ratified after the Civil War, electors can't be anyone who is engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the United States or given aid or comfort to its enemy. So you can't sleep with spies, and you can't do what they did yesterday. But pretty much it's just up to the states. But who are they specifically? I want names now, Private. But sir, the Constitution gave each state a number of electors equal to the combined total representatives and senators who represent the states in the U.S. Congress. State legislatures are responsible for choosing electors, but how they do this varies from state to state. Until mid-1800s, it was common for state legislatures to simply appoint electors while other states let their citizens decide on the electors. Interesting. Either way, political parties usually choose people whom they want to reward for their service to support their party. Electors can be elected officials or party leaders in the state, or people who have some kind of personal or professional connection with the party candidates. Wow. Interesting. Hold on. Who is the elector of Florida in 2020 presidential race? Elector. I'm over here. This is kind of harder to find than I thought. Hold on. Maybe I'll put Electoral College 2020. All right, let's look at the National Archives. Florida, okay. Okay, so you'll find this interesting. Okay, you wanted names, sir? I've got names for you, sir. So this is the Certificate of Ascertainment. Provides the votes that cast for candidates and president and vice president shall be counted as votes cast for the presidential elector supporting such candidate. Florida statute provides the presidential electors of candidates of president and vice president who receive the highest number of votes are elected. Therefore, I, Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, hereby ascertain and determine from the attached certificate as elected of presidential electors chosen by the voters of the state of Florida, along with the number of votes cast for the electors and the list of names of other nominated and certified electors not chosen by the voters. So, nah, if it's a secret, I get for security reasons shown yesterday, but it's quite shady. Oh, wait, so this is the U.S. government. U.S. politics ain't shit still. Yeah. So the certificate of election presidential electors. Now, therefore, I hereby certify the following candidates for the presidential electors were elected at the election held on November 3rd, 2020, at the number of votes cast for such elector. Maximo Alvarez, John Browning, Nelson Diaz, Jeffrey Feingold, Randy Fine, Jason Fisher, Gay Gaines, Charlotte Flint, Joe Gruder, Keith Perry, Mosh Popak, Dan Scher, Frank Sherwin, Wilton Simpson, Chris Sprouse, Linda Stock, Tim Weischer, Christian Ziegler, Kathleen Pasidamo, Daniel Perez, Patrick Neal, Kathleen King, Belinda Kaiser, Marva Johnson, James Holton, Roy Hinman, Joy Gruder. In testimony whereof I hereunto set my hand and cause the great seal of the state of Florida to be affixed. So these people are your electors for Florida, your electoral college. That's who you voted for. That's who you voted for. I know you know none of those people. We're learning this together. Oh, sorry. This is the first time I've seen a document like this. Everything you want to learn, everything you want to know is in plain sight. Wow. And it even gives you the names of the people that were nominated but didn't make it. Yeah. Well, at least cryptos are doing good. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Nikki Fred is in agriculture. See your name and face on gas pump. See? Look at that. Even you can be an elector if you know. Remember, it's not what you know, it's who you know, unfortunately. Nepotism and power. Nepotism and power. Eddie Bauer power. Eddie Bauer. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I thank you guys for joining me on this Real Talk, Real People. You know, I definitely wanted to discuss it. I'm glad I got to discuss it with you all. Like I said, I've got some exciting streams and videos coming up. I put out a video, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. Check that out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this live. I'll be doing more crypto shows soon. I've got a really good presentation I'm working on for you guys about the nature of the demiurge. And that's going to be very eye-opening spiritually. And just like, you're going to be like, wow, blew my mind. Totally blew my mind. So I'll be going in on that. So crypto, Demiurge, and I got a whole bunch for you guys. Whew, I can't wait. But you guys already know it is gym time. Whoa, you're going to the gym this late? I know. But I gotta go. All right, real talk, real people. And as always, keep it real. I love you all. Be safe. Oh, I should probably mention this too before I go. Given everything that's happening, I suggest everyone go ahead and go out. Now's the time, and you heard it from me first. Now's the time to go out and buy your supplies. Go ahead and get your bags of rice, get your non-perishables, get your toilet paper, get your flashlights, get your batteries, get your protection, however you choose. Start hitting the gym, start getting your body used to long walks and being out in the wilderness. It's about to pop off. Buy you some first aid kits, buy you some water purifiers, buy you some herbs that you can make into capsules to carry around and keep your strength up. It's going to go down. So you heard it here first. Go ahead and get your food, map you out some stuff. And then when you'll be ready when everyone else is tripping, because under Biden they're going to be locking it down pretty soon here. So get your stuff. All right. Thank you, Chalk. Thank you, Chalk Queen 17. Chalk Queen, wonderful woman there. All righty. Peace, everybody. Bye.